I won't bless that guy, that son of a
that son of a that poor son that poor son that
son of a bitch.
I don't know. Whatever. Hello, welcome to the Procrastinators podcast. I got nothing. I don't know. I got. Do you like that opening jingle? That's all you're getting in terms of intro. I'm jumping right in. Watch out. We're starting off as a BENCAST this week. I am all by myself. I'm sorry. I know nobody likes me. I know everyone just tolerates me. For Gibbs' sake, for poor sweet innocent Gibbs' sake. But alas, I don't. She's not here. And I'm just going ahead. I don't need to explain myself to the likes of you, listener. You don't even have a podcast unless you do. Let me talk about some stuff. Let me talk about this channel and what I did to ruin it recently. It's not true. Well, I was trying my best. I was doing my best. I fucked up. I fucked everything up. Not really, but a little bit. Here's the story. A while back, maybe we'd been talking about doing this for a long time, but a few months ago we finally did it, which is Nate wanted to transfer like ownership and management of all the various PCP accounts, like the Redbubble and the Google AdSense and the YouTube channel, and what other things are there? The patreon.com/the Procrastinators, I think. Like if I've remembered the URL finally. The Minecraft server, obviously, which is free now to anyone who wants to join. Link in the description for the Discord server, which will get you set up with that if you want to join that. And by the way, I hope we can stream some of that soon. I'm getting new internet. My shitty internet has been a big problem for a while when we've tried to stream, but I am supposed to be getting new internet supposedly on the 13th, which will be, I think, the day this comes out. So, right? Will that be this Friday? Yeah, it would be this Friday. So if that happens and it works going forward, I might be able to stream. And I'm a lot of I apologize for how inconsistent that's been and how shitty that's been and how my internet has gotten in the way of more regular streaming of the Minecraft server as well as other things. But I'm sure that I will want to stream more once my internet is reliable. So that will be great. I'll also be. I'm getting way off topic. But I guess I'll also mention it. Once my internet is up, I will want to start streaming on my Twitch again, the Ben Saint Twitch channel, which I used to do with some regularity. I had built up a little bit of momentum on there a couple years ago, and then I fell off of it. So I would like to get back into that. And my plan for that is I'm going to be streaming Mega Man Battle Networks. I've never played them. I'm going to play them for the first time, and I thought might as well do that on stream. So that's what I'll do. I mean, maybe even starting next week if the internet thing works out. That would be great. But anyway, that's all off. And by the way, I'll talk more about that. And with it, in regards to Mega Man stuff and lecture stuff, I guess I'll mention that I do have a bunch of, I think I have like 14 or 15 unanswered questions for a Q&A. So I'll probably do another on my personal Patreon Q&A. Probably do that soon, actually, over on patreon.com/BenSaint, which has, by the way, I said in the video that I would hold a patron vote for a lecture. Let people decide a lecture for me to do at 100 patrons. At the time, I had, I think, about 35 patrons-ish. Now, I have almost, I think I had 80, and then I lost like one or two after the end of the month, or end of the year. So I have like 78. So that's pretty good, but not quite at 100 yet. But soon. And a lot of people have asked me for various different lecture topics. Some of them are things I had heard of, and some I never had. So I genuinely don't know what I'll end up doing for that. Probably will not do it. Probably will have to get another lecture out. Maybe it'll be the Battle Network one, or I'd like to finish a different one. I'd like to finish another lecture on something else while I'm in the process of playing through all the Battle Network games. I'm rambling. I'm so far off the original topic right now. Let me get back to it. All right. So the Patreon and the YouTube accounts and the PCP accounts, Nate, wasn't really managing them anymore, or didn't want to manage them anymore. He gave them to me. And one of the things that needed to be moved was, okay, there was an AdSense account for Nate's channel. There was bafflingly enough, Nate's channels, like all of Nate's channels and all the things he uses AdSense for, all used the TBAP AdSense account, the associated AdSense account for that. There was another AdSense account for the PCP. And then, of course, I had my own, Ben Saint AdSense account. And I guess YouTube got really, or Google got really finicky about multiple accounts on AdSense. And even though it would make so much more sense to just have separate AdSense accounts for separate channels, I guess it's really picky about oh no, they don't want you having multiple AdSense accounts. They want you to connect all your YouTube channels, connect them all to the same AdSense account. Whatever, right? So it ended up, and this might have been a result of the Garlinghouse hack. That might have been what caused this situation. But the point is, there were $82 in ad revenue in the PCP AdSense account, and Nate had switched to the TBAP AdSense account. And that $82 was just in there. So he transferred ownership of the PCP, like the email and the Gmail account, the Google account. He transferred that to me. He gave me that, and I was hooking it up to my AdSense. And it was like it wanted me not to use its own AdSense account, the one with $82 in it. It would let me connect the YouTube account, the PCP YouTube account, to my AdSense. So now what happens is ad revenue from the PCP, instead of going to its own AdSense, it goes directly to my AdSense. And this is actually annoying because now I have to stretching. I just woke up, by the way. The AdSense for my account and the PCP account both come, and they're not differentiated. So in the account, I just see one amount that I get every month, and I have to manually go into my my YouTube analytics and look at the analytics and the views and the revenue, and I have to personally sort out how much of that is mine and how much of that is PCP money, and then divide it up on that basis. So it's annoying. I would prefer they just go to separate accounts so I could know this money is for this money is for that. But they won't let me. Oh, well. But I was really annoyed. I wanted that $82 of PCP money. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and hook it up. So I tried to switch, right? I tried to switch back to the PCP account for the $82, and it wouldn't. It gave me, and it said this account is not approved. This is a duplicate account. Delete your duplicate accounts before you try to connect this account. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to delete my account. Nate doesn't want to delete the TBAP account that he's using that all of his stuff is connected through. So no, I won't do that. So it just thinks it's a duplicate account. I'm not even sure if it thinks it's me or if it thinks it's Nate, but it knows it's a duplicate, or it thinks it's a duplicate. And so it just said, I tried to connect it and it said, no, you can't do that. So instead of just not switching accounts, it disconnected from any AdSense account. And it said, well, now, since you've tried to do this, you can't connect your account for 32 days. So it disconnected the PCP account from any AdSense account for 32 days. In fact, the channel is no longer monetized for 32 days. I don't know why the 32-day restriction, but that's what it did. So basically for 1 month the channel is no longer monetized. which will cost about, so that's about, it varies month to month, but generally the channel makes about like 120, maybe 150 on a good month dollars in ad revenue. So unfortunately, in attempting to retrieve this $82, I ended up costing us about $150. Tragic. Tragic. So I have to wait until I think like near the end of January, because I did this near the end of December. I have to wait until near the end of January to try and fix this back and get the channel monetized again. Cost us money. I'm sorry. I did my best. I wasn't trying to do. I didn't know this guy. I didn't know it would do this. I don't know why it would do this. I did, however, figure out a way to get the $82. The way to get the $82 is I just had to close that AdSense account, which is fine because it would not let me use it for anything. So I just closed the account, and it said, like, yeah, when you close the account, if there's more than... They don't pay out regularly unless there's more than $100 in there, so $82 wouldn't hit that. But if you close the account, it will send you whatever is in there as long as there's more than $10. So supposedly, within the next 2 to 3 months, they will send me, because I switched the associated like bank account to my bank account. So it will send to my bank account $82, probably minus some fees, Lamau. So at that point, what I will do is I will take that $82 and I will apply it to the total PCP pay as though it were the money that we lost due to ad revenue that month. And so I hope to somewhat mitigate that loss with that. Still will end up losing like, you know, $50, $70 or something. But it's, you know. So that's how that worked out. Very stupid. Very dumb, very bad, but what can you do? I'm hungry. I might go get breakfast. I might just leave this recording on and just go get some food. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. Fuck it.
A few moments later.
I'm back. I put a quarter of a Kirkland brand Supreme, is it a Supreme cauliflower crust pizza, as recommended to me by what's her name? Not a Big Jerk on Twitter. Yeah, that'll be 20 minutes. So let's see. So how much dead air can I fill for the next 20 minutes before I gotta go collect my pizza? I changed my mind about that guy who moved in to the room with the girl that lives downstairs in my house. I said in a previous episode I thought it was effeminate that they cook all the time, because it's like, I don't know. I don't know why I said that. No, I do know why I said that. It's because I don't like cooking and I wouldn't like spending cooking. So I naively just assumed, foolishly, that he also probably didn't like it, and that they were just like, he was like doing it, like, I don't know, to either as like a thing to do, or as like I'm doing this for my girlfriend or whatever. And that was stupid. I've changed my mind, and what I think now is that guy just likes to cook, because I just see him doing it sometimes with the girl, and sometimes but also just by himself. So I think he just likes to do it, because I never see her cook, like when it was just her. So I think that's just his thing. And so I've changed my mind, and I've decided that no, he's drawn her into his world. It's alpha, actually. So I salute it. This is why you should never listen to me about anything. You know, sometimes I just form an opinion off of preconceived biases, and then I just go with it, and I just throw it out there. I just throw it out there, and I let the world tell me what they think about it. And sometimes I revise it later, and sometimes I don't. And that's you know, I'm drawing everyone else into my own world. It's the alpha thing to do. That's the plan. All right, I have nothing else to say about that, nor indeed anything. I used I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but like my dad got me, I think he got like everyone one year. He got these rotary tools, which are not drills. I mean, I think you can drill with them. They have drill bits in them, but they're not really for drilling. They're like a drill, but weaker. They're just like a thing that you hold and you plug it in, and you can put a little thing on the end and it'll spin. And it has all these attachments for it. And I think they're mostly for like grinding or sanding or polishing. And I don't know what possessed my dad to think that like people definitely need to have a rotary tool for grinding, sanding, and polishing. Maybe one time he found like such a thing useful and it came in handy in a pinch. And so he thought, you know what? Everyone needs to have one of these lying around just in case. Well, I used it for something for the first time this week, because it has these like kind of rusty metal discs that are called cutting discs. So you can use it to like cut stuff. And I just wanted to see if I could do this. And I took one of the RFCK pins, one of the unsold RFCK pins, one of the ones that had the most just like extra ones lying around. Specifically, it's the one, like the number one, the orange and yellow and white number one design. And I took that and I used the rotary tool just to cut the actual pin part of it off, like the pointy part that sticks into the backing, that sticks through whatever you're attaching it to. So I just cut that part off, and now I just have this little, this cool little like metal and enamel number one, I don't know, token or whatever. And I don't know what utility that has, but I guess it's kind of cool. And I guess I, quote unquote, made it myself, and that's neat in its own special way. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. I just did, and I don't regret it. Yeah. Well, I guess I kind of know I did. I guess the reason I was thinking about it, part of the idea was to turn these things into tokens. And the reason why I was thinking about tokens is because okay, and I'm hearing from, and I just asked Munchie and whether he minded me talking about it publicly, and he said he would rather keep it a secret, and I think that's totally reasonable. We can put it in a bonus episode. It can't go in the main episode. Lamau. Oh God. Well, now what do I do? Now how do I fill air? Okay, Eleazar, but leave in me mentioning that it's been cut and resigned to a bonus episode. That stuff can all go in a bonus episode. Leave in me saying that all that stuff I just said can only be in a bonus episode, because I guess it's a secret for a future project. So I don't want to talk about it publicly, but a bonus episode is fine, I think. So that's another plug for the PCP Patreon. As if you didn't already have ample reason to pledge a mere $5 a month. Only $5 a month keeps us fed, keeps us bred, whatever that means, and also will help mitigate that all that ad revenue that I cost us by trying to get that $82. Please, patrons, help us, save us by pledging to our Patreon. Mitigate the ad revenue that YouTube has fucking stolen from us with its draconian 32 days policy. Why 32 days? Why, by attempting to link an AdSense account that they thought should not be allowed to exist, why then for being rejected, am I then not allowed to try again for 32 days? Why 32? All right. I got my pizza. I got my 1/4 of a Kirkland Supreme cauliflower crust pizza. It costs a little more. But the benefit is that I can have 1/4 of the pizza and it's only like 300 calories instead of being like 600. So I feel like that's worth a premium. And I got my birch beer. So I got the classic combo of birch beer and pizza for breakfast. Try it. if you don't believe me. There's nothing better. Truly. I just gotta nibble the corner because the center's too hot. I took it out a little early. I like it. Usually I like them a little undercooked. Usually I prefer, cook them at home pizzas. I usually prefer them a little softer rather than being too crispy. More flavorful, in my opinion. Shit. All right, I had an idea. There was something else I was gonna bring up. What was it? Okay. Oh yeah, I still have not finished the slime and punishment end section. The reason why, and again, maybe you could see this coming, is it's not the stuff that I had already done is done. I just keep thinking of more things to put in it. Basically, if I have not explained this before, maybe I will. What I'm putting in, I think I have said this before. I wrote the end notes that explain the pages, because a lot of the pages are references to things that were going on at the time, or are just RFCK in jokes or whatever. And then on top of that, I wanted to go back and I wanted to put in context in the form of like things Chris said, because a lot of some of the comic is like directly responding to things that Chris said, like weird takes that Chris had about the story, weird takes that Chris had about Endless War and RFCK, and of course her weird insistence that slime must be destroyed by a storm of bicarbonate soda water rain. So I'm putting in like her messages and her tweets and her DMs like about that, and I remembered the other day, a little while ago, that she had been in the server and she had interacted with some people and she had made some posts in there, and people had said like, "Why do you hate slime, Chris? We love slime. It's our lifeblood." And she was weirdly insistent, and I think that's really funny. So I think that's worthy of inclusion. So, this was another thing like, I should add a page or two, just sort of cataloging that part of it I just think that stuff's funny. I think reading her, across all these on tweets and retweets, as well as Twitter DMs, as well as like Discord messages in the Endless War server, you read it all the idea is that I assemble it all in order, and it all paints a picture. It all tells a story of this person who just has this crazy idea that like it's my job to destroy the slime that like powers this place, that like, and I don't know. I'm not really want to provide commentary. I'm not really like commenting on any of it. I'm just kind of putting it there, and the idea is that you will read through the footnotes and you will read, her own words about all of it, and you will come to your own conclusion. And that conclusion will be like, this person is really weird, and I just think that's funny. Just really funny that she was on a crusade against slime. I don't know. I feel like so. Anyway, I keep remembering little bits like, oh wait, didn't she say this? Didn't she say that? Wasn't there a moment when that happened? And so I keep like going back and finding a tweet here or a message there and being like, oh, that's part of it. Yeah, I'll put that. Honestly, I'm at the point where I should probably start paring it down, and maybe I need to go back through it and actually pick out things that, like, maybe that doesn't need to be here. Maybe that response doesn't really add anything to the narrative, because the point is to build a narrative. The point is that you read through these notes and it gives you more context and it paints this sort of behind-the-scenes picture of what was going on. And so I think, yeah, I finished putting everything together, and then I started I duplicated the file and I started a new version of the file, and the goal of that file was to go through and cull, and edit, crop out things that are not necessary. But then as I was doing that, I remembered the in-server messages and the server interactions, and I like, that's funny. I gotta find those. So I had to go find them, which was a little bit hard because her Discord account. Well, I mean, she was removed from the server. Her Discord account still exists, but it's hard to search for messages from someone who has left a server. I did figure out how to do it, but I don't know. I kind of want to find like, because it's funny that like she was in there and she got killed, right? The story is she joined the server and she postured as though she had all these like powers in the game that do not exist. She said she could Mach speed dash, or goddess protection. And there's a really funny part where like it's Gib. Gib actually asked her like, hey, do you have a slime Sona? Like, do you have an RFCK character? And Chris posts, it's the card. It's the Twilight Sparkle secret fic folder card of her like goddess Sonichu form, like with all these rainbow like beams coming off her or whatever. And it's like, and she's like, my goddess body is immune to the slime. I use dash and protect myself at will, so I am unkillable and cannot be corrupted by slime. And it's a really funny response by a bunch of Gib and a couple other people. They're just like, cool, awesome, nice. It's really good. So I was glad to find that. I would like to find the person that killed her, because somebody killed her, and somebody scalped her. Because you can scalp, and I would like to find those commands. I would like to find like exactly who did that, because Chris's scalp was like an item that was circulating through the economy for a while. I think there were 2 of them, and there's a part where during a conversation someone like a date checks her data, and it says like, yeah, she's dead, she's riddled with bullet holes, blah 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 blah. So I would just like to I figured out how to find a person's messages, even though their account is no longer in the server. I tried to just search for their to find like commands directed at them, like kill at CWC 1982 or whatever. And it didn't work. So maybe there's a way to do it, and I just have to figure it out. But anyway, this is the endless Sisyphean struggle that I find myself in, constantly thinking of hey, what about that one? Thinking of new things, like, oh, I gotta put that in. I gotta put that into the index part. Even as I'm constantly trying to like cut as much as I can, because I want to cull it down to be the cleanest and most the cleanest narrative experience of reading through like this record as possible. I'm trying to cut, but I keep thinking of things I want to add. Basically, okay, I've said it. I've said it enough ways. Time to take another bite of my pizza. I said a bite, but I ate the whole thing. Delightful. All right, enough. I'm sure you don't want to hear me talk about my breakfast. I think maybe I'll just jump right into voicemails. I think I've prattled on long enough. And it probably won't even be that long. After all that shit I had to cut, there's probably, 20 minutes? What can I say? There's just not... I can't, it's tough, You try podcasting. You try solo podcasting for, you can't do it. It's impossible. Okay, whatever. Anyway, SpeakPipe. The first message is called Odd. I think some messages disappear. Oh, wait, I don't want to read the new One Piece chapter. I'll wait until next week and discuss it with Gib. No, sorry, no One Piece discussion this week, because I would just be like, yep, and then that happened, and then that happened, and then that happened. Pretty neat. Okay, well, that's all I have to say. Also, great, my internet is fucking up. Did I mention that I'll hopefully have new internet by the 13th? Because, here I am, and it's doing the thing again where it doesn't load it doesn't fucking load SpeakPipe, even though... Here's a funny thing. I clicked to download the message, download a SpeakPipe message, and then I clicked to refresh the SpeakPipe page, and it did successfully download the message. The message was downloaded, no problem, but the website itself, the site can't be reached. There's no internet. You're not connected to the internet, my dude. So that's great. All right, first message is called Odd. I think some messages disappear, but I also almost spam. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oops. I mean, Pokemon Ranger, they have two. It has a sequel, and Poke Park, that has 2 versions as well. They are really good.
I remember I looked these up before. Pokemon Ranger and Poke Park. Poke Park Wii, Pikachu's Adventure. Pikachu must engage in battle with a Feraligatr in order to befriend it. That's what I see when I go to the plot section of the Poke Park Wii Pikachu's Adventure Wikipedia page. Is it like an action platformer, like a 3D? You can run around a 3D world and just kick the shit out of other Pokemon to befriend them. Pikachu sent to the Poke Park, where the mythical Pokemon Mew tells him the 14 pieces of the Sky Prism has shattered. With his friends, Pikachu sets on an adventure to find them in the Poke Park. Blah, 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 blah. Does it say genre? Does it just say which action adventure? Interesting. Looks kind of neat. I mean, I don't have a Wii. I guess I could emulate it. But I won't. I got other games I want to play. I got Disco Elysium. I finally downloaded Disco Elysium, and I will play that soon, but I have not played it yet. Maybe I'll stream it. I don't know if I want to stream that one. I feel like streaming might distract me from the game. I feel like I just kind of want to experience that game because everyone says it's so good, and it seems like it's like a very reading heavy. Like it's a. From what I gather, it's an isometric, basically I guess there are rules, but it's sort of like one of those. What the fuck do you call games like Planescape Torment? And I mean, it's like an isometric RPG that's very like dialogue tree heavy. So I don't know if streaming that game would really be that good of a way to experience it. But anyway, I'll play it soon. Next one is called Foreskin Rules. I think Foreskin Rules. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, PCP. Remember that one time Erin from Game Grumps floated around the idea of regrowing his foreskin? And immediately his bitch wife Susie burst in the room screaming about how if he does that, she's getting a divorce. So, yeah. Would you regrow your foreskin? Would you be okay with your girlfriend trying to control your body like that?
I mean, I don't remember the exact moment you're talking about. I have to imagine that Susie was she serious? Like that would be weird. That would be weird if she was serious about it. I assume she was joking. I don't care. I don't care about my foreskin. So, and also, I mean, we're all clear on that we can't regrow it, right? It's not, me personally, I think it's fine. I wouldn't regrow it if I could. I would not have any desire to do that. But I mean, I hate circumcision. You know what? We should ban circumcision just because I hate talking about it. I hate that there's a debate about it. It's like the most annoying subject to discuss in the world. So I'm against it just because I don't ever want to hear about it again. That's my new take. Nice. The next one, did I download that one? Yes, I did. The next one is an Imgur link. So let's freaking look at it, shall we? The Procrastinators, Ben Saint, Hypocrite, Rebel Pixels, best guy ever. I mean, yeah, those. I might have mentioned a while ago. This was a while ago now, but Nate had already not been on the PCP for a long time, and I tried to and I removed him from that list, and he got mad at me. He got angry. I don't know why. So yeah, they probably should be removed. I think maybe I'll do that again, and there's no good reason for him to be angry if I try to do that again. I'll do that at some point. Because yeah, it's me and Hippo. Gib now. Next one is another Imgur link. Let's see what we got. Yes, I mean, first of all, I mentioned this already, that our @ is Procrastinators 9667. No, I don't know why it's like that. Might have been for the Garlinghouse thing. Yes, I know the description says under construction. I think that's also a Brad Garlinghouse thing. No, it shouldn't say that, but like, what should it say? I don't know. What are you pointing this out for? I know all this. Next one is, let's see here. r/the Procrastinators. The pin, okay, see, this actually should probably be changed. The pinned link on r/Procrastinators is RadCon 2017, the playlist. And apparently it's a dead link. Right, because we removed the playlists. The Radcon playlist, they're now linked. Wait, are they? Is that a dead link? Let me try it. Yes, the playlist does not exist. Okay, you know what? That's fair. That should not be the pinned. That should not be pinned on the subreddit. Reddit user rival_Steven, if you're listening, maybe you could remove that. Why is Devu a moderator? Gross. Okay, next. I mean, all right, guy. You make a fair point. Next one. I gotta fucking add the http://. All right, here we go. Full episode PCP playlist. Multiple missing episodes. Okay, well, there's nothing I can do about that one, buddy, because a couple of them have been removed for copyright or something, and I can't put them back. On the iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. Okay, yeah, I know those are out of date. I've been saying for a while that I need to update them. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I know I've been meaning to. So, but that's why. And if you listened, you would know that, like, yes, I know that those are not up to date and they're missing episodes. The Google Play is apparently a dead link. Okay, that's probably fair. Join the PCB Minecraft server. Yeah. I mean, maybe this was sent late. I already removed that part of it. And I've replaced it with a link to the PCP Minecraft Discord server, which is not. You don't need to join a Patreon to join now. So that part I already fixed. And then the PCP Wiki, the PCP Wiki dead link, that one probably should be removed because that is a dead link. I guess I was hopeful that the owner might restore that at some point, but that's probably stupid. So that one's fair. Okay, some of these are valid and some of them are annoying. Maybe I'm being too sensitive about it. I know I have not updated the iTunes, Google Play, Spotify feed. It's really annoying to do. It's really, really annoying. And I know that a few people do want them and would appreciate it, and I will do it at some point. But you gotta understand, from my perspective, it's like a really annoying thing to do that, like, 10 people, like 10 fucking people are going to listen to it that way. Or that's how it seems to me anyway. Anyway. Next one is Bus Girl Speaks Out. It's another fucking Imgur link. And it doesn't include the HTTP, so I got to add it myself. Okay. Busra Autobus Kizi? In December, okay. This is very funny. In December 2022, I was approached by It's Also Ugly while waiting for my bus. Despite his weird smell and withering hairline, I tried to make friendly conversation. Unfortunately, he preferred to follow me, stammer about horse slime, and androids, only to make the most pathetic attempt at coming on me I have ever experienced. I feel violated and want to warn every woman on here that he is a sick little freak and a menace to women around the globe. This is some kind of copy pasta, right? That line, withering hairline, I feel like I've seen that before somewhere. Honestly, this picture actually looks not that dissimilar from how she looked, so I guess all the Turkish women all look the same. I don't know. This good one. You freaking got me. You freaking got me with this one. I have nothing to say, but kudos to you, sir. Okay, next one. Spread the cheeks and like the hole. Ugh, the scent so pungent. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben, if you actually end up doing the Digibro Diaspora lecture, make sure to mention the sticky piss floor, her wiping her teeth with a t-shirt instead of brushing them, and the time she didn't shower long enough for her scalp to form a uniform mass of dead skin, blood, hair and puss. Don't forget the weird philosophy of how she is actually so big brain mega intelligent, that she watches Marvel movies in an avant-garde type of way, that she adopted in the past 6 months as a part of the ongoing Being Online is Bad actually project. Also, let's say for the sake of argument, that someone was able to reverse engineer the location of the egg compound from the videos of Bird and Trixie petting diseased stray dogs while wandering through the dump that is Corbin, Kentucky.
Already been
What
done.
finally would Minister Women, Ben Saint, hypothetically, do with that information?
It's already been done, and the answer is nothing. It would be really weird if I like did anything with that. So yeah, don't bother don't bother trying to reverse engineer her houses. It's done, and I'm not doing anything with that information, just so you know. But she also doesn't live there anymore. I mean, I'm convinced. I'm pretty convinced that like she's been kicked out of that house. Because she's been posting from California for like a long time now, and they don't, the Yig posters, she's taken Sucker Punch out of her bio, so I'm pretty sure she's out of there. Either Sucker Punch is dead and no longer exists, or she is just out of it, which would mean that she doesn't live in that house anymore. I don't know where she lives. I thought she was living with her parents, crashing with her parents in California, but I don't know, recently she's been like on the road again. She's driving somewhere. I guess maybe she could be driving back to Corbin, Kentucky to live there again. I don't know why she would do that, because like I know that they have this tiny little apartment and call it the Corbin Crack House. I know that they have this tiny little apartment, and like three people live there, and I don't think, and that seems like too many already. Like 5 people, like because Bird and Trixie, like that's too many people, and they were living there, like 5 people to this 1-bedroom little hole, and that must have sucked really bad. And so, you know, if she's going back, that would suck really bad too. But the fact that Sucker Punch is out of the bio is what makes me think more than anything that she probably doesn't live there. Where she's going and where she actually lives, I don't know. Maybe she's going back there. I have no idea. I try to keep my finger on the pulse of these things because I find it funny to watch her. Nobody understands. The humor for me is like every single time she says I'm gonna do something, and like if I pay attention, I can see every single time it falls apart and doesn't happen. Like in her I'm quitting YouTube video, she said, you know, we're starting Sucker Punch. You know, we're Sucker Punch. We're on Spotify. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be rapping. We're a rap group now. Also, my day job is gonna be editing YouTube videos for Mint Salad to promote Mint Salad's OnlyFans. Right. And I know that both things didn't happen because now Sucker Punch is out of the bio. Sucker Punch is dead. And Cranberry Dave is Mint Salad's editor. And there's absolutely no reason why she needs more than one. And I'm pretty sure she's been kicked out of that house that she was intending to make a living and working in her job. So all of that crumbled, but in a non-public way and in a way that you wouldn't know unless you're a genius like me who keeps track of everything. So that's why I do it. Because it always pays off. It's always gratifying in that way. So well, anyway, these things, I probably would. The poor hygiene, I probably would mention that. I probably would give the example of like the gray goo on the head, the gray bloody scabby goo on the head, the brushing the teeth thing, definitely. I don't know if I would specifically mention the Marvel. I mean, I probably would not devote that much time of such a hypothetical lecture to the Yig era and the post Yig era. I would pretty much just, because like that pretty much is the end, right? Like I mean, on the one hand, Trixie is Digibro. There actually is no separation between those two, despite what she claims, because she was never playing a character. She was just being the most authentic version of herself that she could on camera, and that's what Digibro was, despite the fact that she claims otherwise now. Nevertheless, Digibro as a brand did pretty much end, it turned out, with the Yig rebrand, because the content dried up or just became worthless and unnotable, and you know the enterprise collapsed monetarily, and then ultimately was officially dissolved. So I mean, I would probably touch upon all the stupid. I mean, it would touch upon like the weird way that the Yig channel was organized. Yeah, and I probably would talk about like how all her announcements were like how anime's bad, guys. If you still watch anime, you're addicted to it, and anime is an addiction, and you have to break it like me. You have to figure out that like actually going outside and standing in the woods is like real enlightenment, and if you're online, you're a loser. Actually, I mean, I would touch on all these. I think I would touch on all these things that you've mentioned. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, next one. Oh, it's just one image. It's Munchie saying purple is literally such an ugly color. I mean, I don't know what the context of this is. I mean, why would you say purple is such an ugly color? That's so dumb. I mean, I guess it's kind of funny how Munchie would say it because he's a rowdy, and killers and rowdies kill killers, and killers kill rowdies. They don't like each other. You don't like purple. I get it. Next one is another image link from ibb.co. That's an outside the box choice for an image hosting website. Let's look at it. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, career day. Does anyone have any questions about being an artist? Comic artist. How much money do you make? Have you ever had a useful job? Don't robots make comics now? What would you do if your drawing hand got mangled? Does anyone have any questions that won't make me cry on the drive home? Ha 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 ha. Good one. Artist poor. Art worthless. AI makes art even more worthless. What would you do if your drawing hand got mangled? I mean, drawing hand got mangled. That one's fair. The other three are true. Don't robots make comics now? The answer is just no, because nobody's ever made a good AI generated comic. Like a painting, maybe. A comic, no. Except of course for that one about the hand-drawn boyfriend dating his AI girlfriend. That's the only one that's good, and the only one that ever will be good, actually. Okay, next one is called Ben's Annual Reminder: Get a Job. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Next one is called The Great 8-Bit Debate. 3, 2, 1, go.
So in episode 342 of the Procrastinators podcast, one person called in into the voicemails with a little like BMO sounding ass, like AI generated voice talking about
Right.
AI art. And I'm sorry, but like the message was really, really annoying. First of all, they go off and they say that people who are like complaining on ArtStation about like AI art, they're just like looking out for their own job security, and they're going against progress. Ooh, completely disregarding the fact that like all the current AI models that produce AI art are completely based on stolen artwork from all across the internet, which like immediately go fuck yourself for saying that. And then on top of that, they go with the nonsensical point that like, oh, you know, like it's democratizing art because you see, you know, normally you would be limited by money in order to, you know, for instance, recording, you know, for musicians, you would have to buy recording equipment in order to like record. And now with AI music shit, you wouldn't have to do that. Yeah, of course, you're right. You know, completely removing the process of having to do anything is absolutely the solution to needing money for recording equipment, instead of just fucking, I don't know, just democratizing access to recording equipment. Fuck you.
I think I agree. I mean, it's kind of a lot. What point? What are the salient points that I can comment on in this voicemail? Okay, the thing about like most AI is being based on stolen art. I that seems true to me, but I've heard people more and more. Okay, there was a video by Shadiversity that I admit I didn't watch the whole thing, but I started watching it, and he was saying pro AI. And now you remember that I am amenable to the idea that AI art can be an okay thing under the right circumstances, but that is not the case if the AI, if it's like stolen. Okay. Now, all right. I guess he seemed to be saying it's not stolen, or if it is stolen, oh, it's not their fault because they didn't know they were stealing. Oh, they just stole by accident. It wasn't on purpose. And that sounded fucking stupid to me. But I think there was a point raised that made me ponder, and it was like, okay. A lot of websites, I think there are websites where when you post art, I think sometimes you post under the understanding that anything you post is considered Creative Commons. It enters into the realm of Creative Commons. And I'm not an expert, but I think what that means is that other people are allowed to use it in certain capacities, maybe in just non-commercial capacities. I don't know. But I guess I think maybe AI has changed the game a little bit, and that maybe people would have been okay posting content under Creative Commons, that now they feel that they don't want to do that because AI might take advantage of it. And I feel like that's not necessarily AI's fault, and I feel like maybe it's not fair to hold that against it, because like if it's available for use in that way, I feel like AI ought to be able to take advantage. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. So I don't know if AIs are built in a way that uses stuff that's already like legally and in every sense, ought to be available for people's use, then I think it's good. And I don't know if there's any AIs that do that, because like at the end of the day, honestly, someone who makes an AI program or whatever, would probably like to claim that. And I don't trust the tech bro sort of dude who makes a thing like this or whatever. I don't trust them to tell me, oh yeah, it doesn't use any stolen assets. Everything it uses is Creative Commons. Because like, of course they would say that. And frankly, the way that I know that it would shake out is that they would just say that because they know that it's what they're supposed to say, and the onus would be on anyone else to prove that they're wrong. So someone would have to. It's like innocent until proven guilty, but in like a bad way. Like really, they should have to demonstrate that like, yeah, this thing is not stealing art. This thing is operating in a legal way. There's a fine line, I guess. I feel like if I'm getting a little bit. I'm thinking multiple thoughts at once here. They would have to. I feel like they should have to prove and demonstrate that, like, yeah, my system does not steal art. My system only uses stuff that's Creative Commons. My stuff does not infringe on anyone's. My thing does not plagiarize. It's not a plagiarism machine. I feel like they should have to demonstrate that first. But I know that in practice they would just say that it's not until someone proved that it was, and that only then would anyone be like, oh, this is bad. Because if art theft is the main complaint against AI art now, people are going to start saying, well, mine's the one that doesn't do that, actually. Does it? Is that true? Who knows? They're not going to be honest about it. All right, I guess the long and short of it is there are certain cases. I'm never okay with plagiarism, but I am okay with theft under certain circumstances, under certain cases. And so for me to give like an AI my thumbs up, I would have to be like really sure that it steals only to the extent and only in the cases that I think that's cool to do. And I just don't have any confidence. Even if I am assured of that, I don't have any confidence in the people that would be doing the assuring. So yeah, I have to mistrust it. So I think I'm with you on that one. Okay. Next one is called Final Rant, I Promise. 3, 2, 1, go.
And then one other thing, too. This might be a little bit more of a controversial opinion that I have, that not everyone agrees with. And if they don't, that's fine. But, like, for me, honestly, like, if you have some kind of creative idea, some kind of idea for a video game, an artwork, a song, a painting, whatever, you have some kind of idea that you want to see, right? And you put that into an AI in order to generate it, in order to see it. Provided that the AI is created ethically, that's fine. You want to create it, you want to look at it, good. I don't care to see it. Like, I genuinely don't care about the creative output of people who just want to make the AI make it for them. I don't care because you don't care. That's the problem. You don't care enough about this idea to even fucking work at making it. What? These are just the types of people who are like, dude, what if the game was like Skyrim, but it was also like GTA? That would be freaking epic. And then they don't know how to code, they don't know how to do art, they don't know how to do voice acting, they don't know how to do fucking anything. They just want to see the idea being created and then like be rewarded for it. They're a fucking idea guy. That's what this fucking AI craze feeds. Idea guys who don't know how to do fucking anything. And I am not interested in the least bit in their creative output.
Yeah. In theory, I can imagine like, oh, what if there's a guy who's using AI generation and he's generating like, ooh, really cool, wacky things that like nobody's ever seen before. What if the computer is spitting out like some really weird? Honestly, like some of the most interesting AI stuff tends to be when it goes wrong and you see like the faulty decision making of a computer on display, and you see like the problems, the unique ways that a computer can fail to understand how to put an image together, or to fail to understand a request. Usually when an AI generates an image that is what the person controlling the prompts and stuff wanted, it just looks like a painting. And yeah, I've never seen, and I don't think I ever will see, an image that like, ooh, an artist could never have painted this, unless it's like the computer fucked up in a way that like a human just wouldn't think. A human wouldn't think like this. What jumps to mind is that image maybe you saw of it's the woman. It's like a big titty anime girl, but it's like it's a big titty anime girl, but coming up, she's got huge cleavage, right? But then you look up at the cleavage, and the cleavage becomes her legs, and like her legs, and like an entire other woman is like sticking out of the neckline, because it interpreted the cleavage of the boobs as like the cleavage of like the crotch and the legs pressed together, and so it like made this weird fucking chimera, and that's awesome, you know. Yeah, I don't know. In theory, if someone had really great aesthetic taste, and they were generating images that looked really amazing, and they had like lots of visual ideas going on in them, ideas that I hadn't seen before, and I looked at them and I go, ooh, interesting. Oh, interesting. You know, that's fine and all. In practice, that's not what I see out of the AI people. At best, they generate things that look like somebody painted them. Which is fine. Next one is another Imgur link. Okay. And this guy included the HTTP, and I appreciate that, because that means I don't have to type it. Hey, Sugar Tits, I heard your dog Jin artist ghosted you. I'll draw one for you for only $500. I'm superior to the previous guy because I don't watch anime. Is this like a pun on Dojin? Oh, it's because Ed ghosted. It's because Ed ghosted on the thing. Yeah, Kaiju-kun is working on it very slowly, but he did show me a tiny little bit of progress. There's literally like 3 pages left to draw, and he has drawn like, it took him like a month to draw like a quarter of one of them. So, you know, we're going. Next one is whatever. It's another image. I'm Ben Saint. Yeah, this was my legendary banger. I'm Ben Saint tweet. And then Michelle, is that supposed to impress me? And then I guess this is me and her. And I'm a Chad, and she's a coffee drinking emo boy. Yeah, true. I guess definitely true. Next one is another thing. Let's look at it. The boy. I don't know. Yeah. Nate's like pinhead. This is good. This fucking rules, man. Yeah, this one's 10 out of 10. Munchie sneering. I mean, it's good. It's good shit. That's what they call the good shit. All right, I appreciate this one. I appreciate this one a lot. Okay, next one. Next one is called Follow Up to Not My Voicemail. 3, 2, 1, go.
So a few months ago, someone asked Ben if Gib was his best friend. And while he said no, I was surprised he did not mention Munchie at all. Is Munchie not your best friend? Inquiring minds would like to know.
I don't think I would say that I have like a best friend that is my best friend that I would place on like a higher tier than any of my other friends. I'm sorry. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, me and Munchie hang out. Would I say that like, would I definitively say like, oh yeah, I'm better friends with Munchie than I am with Gib? Not really, no. I wouldn't. Yeah, man. I don't believe in the hierarchy. I'm a communist. Next one is called I Thought I Fixed It Sincerely. 3, 2, 1, go.
Am I the Tin Can Man? Damn. That's kind of sick. I'm a character based.
The Tin Can Man. I think you are the Tin Can Man. Tom. You're Tom, right? I think your name's Tom. I'm pretty sure you are the Tin Can Man, yeah. It's good. Congratulations. Next one is called Get Them Tiger. 3, 2, 1, go.
The Firetail guy is gonna make another thing. Honestly? Pretty cool.
Who are you talking about? Who's the Firetail guy? I have the Firetail guy? I have no idea who that is. I'm sorry. Next one is called This Is So Sad. Can we eat? This is so sad. Can we eat our gurns? Okay, there's a YouTube link. I usually don't look at YouTube links, but just for you, let's see what is this. Okay, it's the You've Got to Eat Your Greens song with the Majora's the Ocarina of Time song. Okay, his voicemail. 3, 2, 1, go.
I was replaying Ocarina of Time, and I walked into Kakariko Village, and all that was running through my head was, you've got
to eat your greens.
And I just couldn't take it. I started sobbing. The memories of the yesteryears of PCP all came flooding back. And they'll never be the same again.
No, nothing. Yeah, man. Nothing's ever the same. I'm glad it made you cry. Okay, good one. Kakariko Village. Yeah, that's the song. Okay, almost done with this nightmare. Next one is called Will I even hit an hour? Will I even hit a goddamn hour on this episode? It might even be. I'm not. Maybe. Next one is called Cake. Well, there's an image and a voicemail, so I'll look at the image first. What do we got here? It's that girl from that webcomic that no one has yet told me what the webcomic is. Holding a cake. Time for some cake. It's time for some cake, my dear. It's time for some cake. Yep. Let's listen to the voicemail. 3, 2, 1, go.
Attention everybody! Celestia sweat-fed bear wobbly ass 50 kilometers away. To the left, go that direction. You will see the great mountains of Celestia. Great bear wobbly ass.
You want this cake? I want it. You want this cake? I want it. You want this cake? I want it. You want that cake? You want this cake? I want it. You want this cake? I want it. You want this cake? I want it. You want that cake?
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I do want it. It's good. Thanks for noticing. Won't somebody please listen? Somebody's got to know what this fucking webcomic is, okay? Somebody tell me. Every week that goes by, I just hate myself more and more because I should know what this fucking comic is called. I saw it years ago on Something Awful. Ah! Okay, next one is called Brony Pavia Lombardi, Italy. 3, 2, 1, go.
Some bastard in the comments probably already pointed this out, but I don't read those. Oblivion, I appreciate that the backing track to Homogeneous was Eurobeat Brony's Diamond Dogs. I haven't thought about that song in ages.
Eurobeat Brony's Diamond Dogs. I mean, okay. I know who Eurobeat Brony is. I might not have recognized the song. Well, thanks for pointing that out. Brony Pavia Lombardi. I assume that's a real place. You know, good, you know, an informative comment. Appreciate it. Okay. Well, that's the last voicemail. We're done. Everyone, I'm sorry. I apologize profusely for making you listen to me. Again, but I had no choice. If I don't put out a Procrastinators podcast, we already missed Christmas. We missed the Christmas weekend. And if I miss another one, squatters' rights kick in and Brad Garlinghouse gets the channel back. I'm sorry. So I have to keep on the ball with it. I have to release content, even if everyone hates it and it's dog shit, as obviously is the case this week. You got to understand, we got to set legal precedent. All right, but I've said all I have to say this week. Read One Piece. Catch up on One Piece. And then we will talk. Maybe we'll have 2 chapters to talk about next week. For some of that bonus shit that I can't talk about that I had to cut from this episode, become a patron. Patreon.com/theprocrastinators. Get access to, 52, 53 former episodes and a new one at some point in the future. We will be doing some bonus stuff when the last of that Radcon shit is finally done, which I can't exactly say how soon. But much like One Piece ending, we're closer to it happening than we are to the beginning. Hopefully closer than that. That's probably still years away. I probably shouldn't make that comparison. I think that's everything I have to say. Thanks for listening. I'm done. I'm gonna call it. Yep. Okay. Goodbye, and see you next week. Peace.